Welcome to the Zoom Executive Briefing Center. This is where we showcase to our customers the art of the possible, where we highlight everything that Zoom can do underneath one platform in this amazing fabric that makes it so unbelievably special. Using our Zoom Rooms kiosk, you can deploy visitor management. Input your information, and the prompts on the screen will allow you to actually fill in the host information. There's an abundant amount of different use case scenario for this, but in the core of everything is simplicity. You can take your picture, not only alert your host that you're on site, but also sign off any NDA agreements and print out a badge. The next prompt here on the screen is virtual receptionist. You can fully customize these actions, and behind each one of these, you can have independent interaction, such as integration with Zoom Contact Center, Zoom Phone, or even reach out to another independent Zoom room. And as you see here, we've got somebody. Hey, Ed.
Hi, Morella.
Hey, thanks for answering. I forgot my badge. Can you let me in?
Absolutely.
Thanks so much. This is all leveraging the Zoom meeting platform, but as I mentioned, you can integrate this with Zoom Phone and Zoom Contact Center for more robust options. All right, moving along here.
First, let's take a look at Zoom Workspace reservations on the desktop application. You'll find that the corporate assets are all available right here for me. If I want to reserve this conference room, I can drag and drop the duration that I need it for. I can add this particular invitation to an existing meeting. I can add my details for my attendees, event name, my meeting ID, all of that, so I'll have a one click to join. I can reserve it for myself or other individuals such as executives that I administer for. Now, I can also put other assets here alongside hot desking. As you can see, here's our first aid kit. If I want to get directions how to get there, you'll find that I can do so. I can also search. Let's say I'm actually looking for some coffee this morning, coffee and tea. There it is. And again, the wayfinding is built into the experience. Not only can you see this in a map view and you can upload all of the images, you can also filter and search for assets in that way and change the view from map view to a timeline view. Back to the map, which is my preference, you can have hot desking available as part of this setup. You can assign desk as permanent seating, or you can have it green and available for anyone who wants to grab a seat.
You can also bring in the workspace reservations experience inside of Google. You can see the images of the conference rooms. You can also see the capacity, any meeting assets, and provide your users to filter to find the appropriate resources for their meetings and or desks. Not only can you do this for Google, but you can also replicate the same within Outlook. You'll notice the images of the conference rooms. You can see multiple floors and engage with the filters and so forth. This brings, of course, that flexibility for your end users to ensure that they're using their preference way of booking and bringing their meeting assets and conference rooms into the appropriate conversations.
This and so much more is accessible through our workspace reservations. So think lockers, parking spots, wellness rooms, phone booths, you name it. Now, as we're here, let's just take a quick peek into visitor management, also on the desktop application and available right at the top. I can pre-register a guest to come into the office. I can also pull up previous reservations. I can see that they have visited in the past. I can delete the invitation data. I can also see the questionnaires that they have filled out and so forth. And I can do the same for delivery management. I can say I have a couple of packages that are awaiting my pickup. I can mark them as picked up, not my delivery, or mark as lost. In my case, it was picked up. So I am notified on my list as well as the administrator. All right, let's get back to the kiosk.
So if I want to, let's say, book this conference room, you can see an image of the room. I can get directions of that space. All of this is not only available on the kiosk, but also on your mobile device, on the Zoom client and on the Zoom portal. So before you even get to the office, go ahead and secure your place, and you can also reserve a desk for your visitors. Carrying on, the other option is delivery management. Let's scan this package, shall we? Let's go here. All right, not only is this tremendously beneficial for the recipient, but you get all of that analytics on the back end so that if you, for whatever set of reason, lose a package, etc., you can make that visible to not only the recipient, but also to your admin. Fantastic. Now I can see that the package is here on my client. And now I can use a kiosk to find any packages that are available for me. And this is the one that I just received. I can go ahead, sign off that I've picked up my package. Using the kiosk is just yet one of the many ways that you can book a conference room. You can use your calendar, and we integrate with Office 365 Exchange and Google. You can also use workspace reservations on your device, or even workspace reservations right on your room scheduling device. Here, all you need to do is go ahead and make the selection for the time, and you can switch a room based on the map view in case this room is currently being occupied. You want to reserve a different spot, just go ahead and do so right there. All of the friction to booking and experiencing the room itself has been completely removed with Zoom Rooms. This is a boardroom. We've got tons in this space, integrated audio and video, amazing lighting, and we're controlling everything through a very simple user interface, the Zoom Room controller. We have integration with our calendar, so you one click to join into those meetings. If you want to make a phone call, go ahead and do so with a Zoom phone license. You want to control your blinds and your lights, go ahead, turn them on, turn them off, up to you. Then we also have some other options such as record with AI, share content wirelessly, and third-party meeting interrupt. Let's go ahead and join this call.
Recording in progress.
All right, once you are on the call, the user interface changes so that you can mute, unmute, you can still share content wirelessly, you can switch different camera inputs, you can see different views, you can manipulate where content is being shared and what have you, and how people are being seen on the screen. You can also turn on recording, transcriptions, translations, and all of that at your fingertips. The ultimate goal in all of our meetings is to ensure everyone is heard and everyone is seen. In this particular use case, we have Intelligent Director enabled. This allows me to move around the conference rooms as I need to. I'm being seen regardless of which seat is taken. Now, furthermore, part of our Zoom Room features is the ability to identify the individuals that are actually speaking and contributing into that meeting. You'll notice that I am the active speaker, and as such, my name is highlighted on the screen. Not only can Cole identify me as one of the participants, making these meetings much more productive, but also the far end individuals can see I'm the active speaker.
And when I take over speaking, it's going to highlight me. And that's great, not only for anybody on the far end, so that they can identify me as the speaker now, but also for any summaries after the fact. It's going to identify me as the person having said what I said, and not just the actual room being the person that said something.
Absolutely. And these also can flow into our other portfolios, such as Zoom Docs, Zoom Tasks, Zoom Revenue Accelerator, and so forth. The actual integrity of the meeting is improved, and so it's all of the assets that comes with it. This is an example of what was automatically generated for me on my Zoom Docs post my Zoom meeting and the Zoom Rooms. I asked the question, how could I have improved my message on this video? It gave me some really great things to help me strengthen my message in the future. Now, in the case here, I could even ask yet another question. Can you help me to write a better script? Let's see what AI comes up with. You're also able to access your recordings and transcriptions in your portal through a web browser. As you can see, the transcriptions are available. Plus, you have the option to select different translation. In my case, eu sou brasileira, and here it is in Portuguese. Zoom Room gives you interoperability with Microsoft Teams, Google, and WebEx. If you fail to invite the room into the meeting, just go ahead and input the meeting information. If you invite the room, you'll receive a one-click to join. Because Zoom is so versatile, you can have various different hardware options, and you can even bring in additional device to pair to a Zoom room by selecting the option to pair. You input the sharing key code that's located on the top right-hand corner of the screen, and within moments, you can optimize additional camera, display, and even our whiteboard. Let's go ahead and join a new meeting. You'll see that we are now streaming from an additional camera source. We even have the ability to have whiteboard at our fingertips by simply wheeling in an additional device, putting it in a network, plugging it into power, and now collaboration limitless. If you want to share screen into the Zoom room, you just simply visit the Zoom client and select share screen. You have the option to share to multiple displays, and if you want to share through a browser, let's say a guest needs to join, or if you have Apple AirPlay, you can also support that as well as HDMI. And the cherry on top, digital signage is included with just one single Zoom Room subscription. One other benefit is you can push out evacuation warnings to all of your digital signage player. This will interrupt a Zoom call that's in session inside of the conference room, as well as your digital signage content that's playing. Stop the alert by simply select Stop the Alert. There is just so much to discover with Zoom Rooms. We're privileged to be working with you to expand the possibilities to our customers. If you need more information, reach out to your Zoom account executive and leverage all the resources available to you, including this amazing executive briefing center. Thank you and have a great day.